I need you to close your eyes. Imagine a couple decades into the future, and you haven't planned for retirement as diligently as you could have, and you have to go back to this.
Two of those would be a telegram, right? Nobody knows what a telegram is anymore because we don't use them. Who just did that? No, I want to know.
Mr. Davies.
Yeah?
You finished your assignment in 10 minutes. It's supposed to take the whole hour class period.
I work quick.
You work quick. Okay. Yeah, don't move your laptop. Fill out this worksheet for me with the YouTubes.
Yeah.
You're getting a 0 in this. Yeah.
Are you serious?
You're done.
You're
getting a. I've told you. Get.
Oh!
What's up, Dan, bruh? What's up, Dan? I'll break you right now, Dan, bruh. What's up, Dan, bruh?
Wow.
I stop talking. You do not come up to me, Dr. Shu. Get my face.
You go there.
All right.
Sit down. Okay?
You go sit down.
What did you? Why you told me?
You go sit down. All right.
You never
Come up to me like that.
I mean,
Who the f you think you are? Yeah, twitch your little face. Turn around and raise your fist like that, Dr. Shu. Do it again. I'm not playing. All right.
okay,
Come up to me and do that to me. I'll do it to you. All right.
go sit down.
Shut your mouth. Tell me who the f you think you are.
But you have to account for the student behavior in the future. Now close your eyes again. This time you took all the necessary steps you needed to ensure that you had a great retirement for yourself. And you're waking up to this. And by the end of the video, I hope you understand the difference between thinking about what's going to happen in the future and diligently planning everything that you want for yourself for your future. Because if we think about it, retirement is not the end, it's just the next chapter of our life. And that chapter could end up looking like all the other previous chapters, or it could look like the greatest adventure that you've ever had in your life. Let's go. Welcome back to another episode. I'm Afro Senpai, and I am a high school math teacher who has an obsession with personal finance. And I love teaching others and helping them get to where they want to be in their financial future. My goal for this channel is to help staff and faculty in education grow their wealth so they have more options while they're working and in retirement. For years, I thought retirement was just relaxing, sitting down on the couch, doing whatever you wanted, and it had to be done at 65. When I started building my wealth, I realized that you could retire whenever you want. You just had to have the money to sustain your lifestyle for the rest of your life. And if we're being honest, watching movies and TV, playing video games, watching anime for decades after you're done working doesn't seem all that appealing. So what if we use specific strategies and benefits in education to accelerate the money that we need in retirement, and then we get to do whatever we want? For my staff in education, like paras, bus drivers, custodians, I'm also going to have some information for you later on, so stay tuned for that. So everyone's retirement is going to look different. Some people will become travelers, some coaches, some will volunteer, some will pick up a new hobby like learning a language, learning guitar, or woodworking, and some will just lean into that grandma and grandpa lifestyle and just hang out with the grandkids as much as possible. But whatever your end game is, you have to define it before you start building your wealth. This becomes your why. Why are you working harder to increase your income? Why are you working harder to invest more? Why are you being more diligent in your investments? Why are you taking the time out of your busy day to be a little bit more intentional about where your money is going? If you don't have a strong why, as soon as you get hit with a roadblock, you're gonna say, well, this sucks. I'm just gonna go back to my regular lifestyle of collecting my check and I'll retire whenever I feel like I have the money, which may be 70 years old. But when you have a why as your foundation, you want to have more time to volunteer with your church. You want to join Knights of Columbus. You want to visit your kids more. You want to travel the world. When you get hit with that little bump in the road, you're saying to yourself, I know what my why is, and my why is stronger than this little mistake or this little bump that's happening to me right now. So I have to keep going. You're going the distance because of your why. So take about 5 seconds right now and think to yourself, what does the ideal retirement scenario look like for you? So let's stop right here. Write down in the comments right now, what's that first week gonna look like? And or what's the rest of your retirement going to look like? Teacher wait time. Now, if you're saying to yourself, I don't make enough money because I'm school staff, so let's talk about it, because it's the elephant in the room. Now, just because you're not faculty, you might not have access to all the different strategies and benefits that the teachers do, you still have viable options. We did the episode on the 5 accounts recently. All school staff have access to all of those 5 accounts, which is a beautiful thing. So let's say you have school staff and you got school faculty. Because the faculty has access to the higher salary and more benefits, they retire in 2030, just for numbers' sake. But maybe the school staff is retiring at 2035 or 2040. Just because you're not retiring at the same time doesn't mean you can't retire early. And depending upon what you're investing in, you could have a more aggressive growth. So what do I mean by this? Let's say I'm a teacher who likes to play it safe. I don't like to gamble my money. I want to go with a fund that's tried and true. Everybody says to invest in VU. So we invest in VU, and so in the past 5 years, this is what VU has done. But let's say I'm school staff and I know I'm starting out at a deficit because I don't have access to everything that school faculty has. So I'm going to invest in SPMO. Now, this is not financial advice because I'm not a professional, but these are funds that I've looked at and tracked before, and anybody can Google this information. This is what SPMO has done in the past 5 years. So just because you have access to less things, it doesn't mean that hope is completely lost for you. All it really means is you have to be a little bit more diligent with what you're doing, a little bit more intentional. If you live alone right now, maybe it's time to look into getting a roommate so then you can cut your expenses in half, or get 2 roommates and now you're only responsible for a third of your expenses. And then you choose to invest a little bit more aggressively. So you've cut down your expenses to a third of what you normally do, and now you're investing in something that could potentially accelerate your growth faster. I've been doing this stuff for almost a decade, and I realized early on that if I can change my mindset about what's happening in my life, I can change anything. I'm no longer asking myself, why are things so expensive? I'm just asking myself, how can I afford this? So I'm never saying to myself, why do I need 1.4 million to retire comfortably? I'm just asking myself, what can I implement so I can hit that 1.4 million benchmark before anybody else? A lot of us teach because we love helping others and we love to see people grow as a person, as a student, etc. But there's gonna come a point in time where you gotta look out for yourself. So ask yourself, who's looking out for you? When's the last time your school has had a professional development on how to grow your wealth? And the truth is that they probably have never had one for you because they want you to stay in their little system for as long as possible. But if you've ever had that thought in the back of your mind of what would it be like to own a coffee shop, a flower shop? What would it be like to just do photography all day and get paid for that? What would it be like to get paid to post content or be a YouTuber? I don't get paid yet. What would it be like to start a nonprofit? All of these things you'll have access to if you secure your retirement from education. Do you like being in a scenario where admin can just say, oh, by the way, you're teaching this year, and you haven't planned for retirement, so you have to say, okay, and then you talk crap about them behind their back? Or what if there's an alternative future where they say, oh, by the way, you're teaching this year, and you know your retirement number, and you know you've exceeded your retirement number 3 years ago, and you look outside and the sun is shining as it is right now, birds are chirping, dogs are barking, and you say to yourself, no, I don't need this job. I don't need you. I'm done. So again, if you haven't already, I need you to comment, what's that first week of retirement looking like for yourself? What does the rest of your life look like for yourself? For me, the first week, I'm gonna completely take off. I'm gonna be ordering food from my favorite restaurants each week and watching anime as I eat lunch. But then, I have plans to open up several businesses. I'm going to be getting more into real estate. I want to create affordable housing in my community with tiny home villages. I want to dabble in Airbnb, and I want to have more time to make more videos so I can help people like you. And next week, we're going to be hearing from the community. I'm trying to get actual teachers who are retired to talk. And even if I can't do formal interviews on Zoom or whatever, I can at least talk to them via text and then report back to you guys. And then if I don't happen to get anybody, we'll just shoot the shot next week and talk about things that are happening in life. So as we wrap up, takeaways from the video is we're not building wealth just to retire early. We're building wealth to have options. If you want to be able to pivot and do something else on the drop of a hat, you have options because you have wealth. And that's what I need you to understand. Money is just a tool. If bottle caps were able to sway people's decision, then I'd figure out how to manage and strategize around bottle caps. I figure out how to invest and grow my bottle caps. But in our system, we deal with money. So it's best to have access to money so we can deploy it when we need it. It is only a tool. A lot of people also have the mindset that they don't want to become wealthy because wealth is associated with evil people, and that's not true. Wealth only exemplifies who you are as a person. If you were a jerk before you got money and now you become rich, you're just going to be a bigger jerk. But if you've always had a heart to help others, what would it feel like to donate $5,000 to St. Jude? What would it feel like to donate $25,000 to your church or your school? Again, let me know what you're thinking in the comments. Week 5 content is all about community, so I will most likely read yours if I see it in the comments. Share this video with somebody who needs to change their mindset. And if you're in that situation of being a school staffer and you want somebody on board with you because they make a great roommate and that they want to do more for themselves in the future, also share this video with them. And until the next one, you keep educating the future and I'll keep showing you how to build wealth. And remember to smile because you are beautiful. Peace.